I'm here to tell you what you need to do after a cheat day to get back on track. Are you ready? Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I want to share with you what my typical day of eating looks like after like a cheat day. I'll be honest, I didn't really know what to call this video while I was trying to do like my research to figure out a good title. I came across a lot of very similar titles, and I noticed that it's a very popular thing for people to want to know like how to get back on track, how to recover from a cheat day or a binge. I know what the title says, but this video may or may not be what you're looking for. I'm sure that this is probably going to be exactly what somebody wants to hear, while also being the exact opposite of what somebody wants to hear, but I can guarantee that it is something that everybody needs to hear. I feel like it's a pretty like common thing for people to kind of like go off the rails on the weekend. I guess like that's how they would describe it. And I feel like the weekend tends to be when people schedule their cheat days, where people tend to binge most frequently. And so it's very common for people to be like detoxing on Monday and things like that. And I'm here to tell you what you need to do after a cheat day to get back on track. Are you ready? Absolutely nothing. I know, before you click out, just hear me out for a second. I feel like a lot of people came here wanting to hear how I like restrict my calories, how I cut out carbs, how I limit this, how I restrict that, and they want like a plan of action so that they can feel like better about what they did on the weekend. I was one of these people. I did this very frequently. I would do this and I would say I would get back on track on Monday, and then I would get back on track on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, next month. I don't think people realize like how harmful this is. I think that some people may not even realize the type of disordered eating habits they may have. And I'm saying that as a person who has struggled with disordered eating habits in the past. I was never diagnosed with an eating disorder. I was kind of close. And I don't think people realize how close they might be as well. One thing that really resonated with me this week was an Instagram post. I'm gonna pop it right here. I can't remember her name, but it basically said that cheat days are basically just planned binges, which for the most part, yes, I completely agree. I feel like a cheat day is a day to like release yourself of any food rules, any food guilt, eat whatever you want, however much you want, whenever you want it. But then there's always this like sense of guilt the next day, and then this feeling that like you have to get back on track. You have to be back on top of it. You need to restrict again. And I just want to say like, you don't have to do that. That is not the only way, especially if you are trying to lose weight. If that is your goal, that is personally my goal right now, but I understand that that is not everybody's goal, nor should it be everybody's goal. I just want to say that like cheat days do not need to be a thing. And I'm not sitting here saying that's because I eat clean 100% of the time that I never cheat. I never cheat because there's nothing to cheat on. I have talked a lot about my struggles with binge restrict habits, orthorexic habits, being so obsessed and hyper focused on food, ingredients. I'm not gonna get too much into that because I have talked a lot about that on my channel before. I will link a couple of videos in the description box below if you are interested in learning more about me and my journey. I have spent so much time working on myself mentally and physically to get to the point where I am today, which is a point where I do not feel any desire to binge, like not even a little bit. I have pretty much no food rules or restrictions, and I feel pretty much no guilt about anything that I eat. There's one way to recover from a cheat day, and that is to not have a cheat day, because there is no need to cheat, because you are feeding yourselves things that are both nutritional and satisfying. What it comes down to is removing food labels, which is so difficult. Trust me, I know, I went through this. You have to realize that there is no such thing as a good or bad food. This took me a long time. I heard this and I was like, okay, but definitely there are foods that like you shouldn't be eating all the time. Then I realized that good health is created by a number of factors, and food is just one of those factors. One of the biggest reasons that we get so fixated on food, other than just telling ourselves that we can't have something and just wanting it more, is that likely your nutritional needs aren't being met. If you're restricting food, it's very likely that you're not getting enough like vitamins and minerals and like protein, fats, and carbs and things like that, and your body's literally crying out for those things. And that's one of the biggest reasons that we get so fixated on food and we just feel so hungry all the time. It's because like we are like internally we're hungry. We are not giving our body what it needs to function and thrive. When I figured that out, that was like the biggest turning point for me. I didn't do anything. I didn't cut out any food. I didn't stop my nighttime binges. But what I did do is start actively trying to balance out my meals with the protein, fat, and carbs, as well as adding micronutrients. So whatever my breakfast was, I was always trying to make sure I was adding like a veggie or a fruit. Same thing with all meals and snacks. Once you start to do that, your body's like, oh my God, thank you so much for feeding me. We're gonna stop being hyper focused on food. And I kid you not, it took a few days and I stopped binging naturally. I didn't even try to. I literally just forgot that I had candy and chips. And I know that probably sounds so impossible, but I promise you this is the truth. And I have used this multiple times anytime that I've fallen off. All that being said, what I'm trying to get at is if you are allowing yourself every single food group, every single type of food that you want, if you want an Oreo, if you want some chips, have them. Make sure that you feel good physically and don't create any restrictions. And then, for example, this past weekend, I ate out for the entire day on Saturday because we had a very busy day. In the past, I would have told myself I needed to recover from this. If anything, the only thing that I felt about this weekend is I was like, damn, I really need some more vegetables right now. And I know that distinction now, which I am so grateful for. So I highly recommend try out those things that I just explained. I guarantee you, you will not feel a need to binge on the weekends, and then there will be nothing to recover from. And that's not to say that you can't go out and enjoy yourself with your friends and your family and eat whatever you want, whenever you want it, as much as you want. All you have to do is the next morning, just get back on it. Eat your balanced meals, add your fruits and veggies, and I'm like not kidding, that's literally all you need to do. So with all of that being said, what I'm gonna do today is take you through what I eat in a day. Today is Monday. I ate out like almost all weekend and I'm just feeling a little like meh and like sluggish and not myself, but I'm not restricting anything. I had potatoes for breakfast, having pasta for lunch, having bread for dinner, and it's gonna be great. So I really hope you will keep watching, stay along with me. I don't know, I really hope that was helpful. I'm sorry that was so rambly. I just feel very passionate about this struggle and I just like really don't want anybody else to be going through it too. So let's just get into breakfast. Okay, so this is really frustrating. I'm editing these clips back and I realized that I guess I just never hit record on a bunch of this. I have been really into hashes lately. So today I chopped up some bell peppers, some mushroom, and some onions. I cooked the onions and mushrooms separately because Chris doesn't like them. I also microwaved some baby potatoes for 5 minutes to soften them up. Then I chopped them up, put them in the air fryer at 375 for about 10 minutes. I sprayed a little bit of spray oil on them with some salt and pepper just so they'd get a little bit crispier than usual. I mixed it all together with some air fried turkey sausage. That was my hash. Sorry, my camera battery is still charging, so I'm just on my phone really quickly to show you what I'm having for lunch. So this is like pretty common for us. I'm kind of obsessed with pasta and goat cheese lately. So this is gluten-free penne pasta. It's only gluten-free because I'm just trying to experiment a little bit to see if I feel any better with like a little bit less gluten, but I'm not too worried about it. I do actually like this pasta, so it doesn't bother me. There's a bunch of like frozen chopped spinach, I have a zucchini, there's chicken, goat cheese, a little bit of like red cooking wine, and tomato sauce. And my tomato sauce, I have only tomatoes in it, so it counts as like another vegetable. And yeah, so it's like super easy to throw together. Both of the things I've made so far today, they've taken a little bit more time, but I'm not that worried about it. I don't mind doing it today because now I know that all 3 meals that I make tomorrow, I already made today, and I literally just have to throw them together and heat them up, and so it's going to be great. But yeah, that is lunch. I also want to show you So far, I've had a liter, or like 1.5 liters of water today. And then I also have, this is my nettle leaf tea. I'm back on this for 2 weeks. I cycle this now every 2 weeks. I start it the day of my period and then drink it for 2 weeks after that. Basically what I do is I steep 3 tea bags into like 750 milliliters of water. I put it in the fridge. So it's like iced tea, and then I will drink this whole thing throughout the day, like spread out. It's pretty good. I add like a little bit of stevia to it to sweeten it. But this counts as a liter or 750 milliliters of water for me. And honestly, no joke, last period was the best period that I've had in a while. So I'm gonna keep this up. This one's been pretty like okay too. I haven't been in too much writhing pain, but yeah, I highly recommend checking that out. Yeah, I'm gonna eat lunch and I will check back in for my snack with my camera. Okay, so it is just about 5 now and I just got hungry, so I made myself a little snack. We got like a cute little baby charcuterie board situation going on. For the salami, we just grabbed this. We always have like a pack of some kind of like salami because I crave, for some reason I crave meat a lot, especially at night. So to curb that, I like to have like a slice or two of salami. And then I have one of these Armstrong cheese slices. I just broke it into 4 pieces there because they're quite like big slices for just snacking. These crackers here I've never tried, but they look really good, so we're gonna try these. I got 3 of those. Some olives. That's just the Unico stuffed manzanilla olives. I got like half a cucumber in here and then half of a protein shake. The past little bit I've been like really slacking on my afternoon snack. I'm not really sure like what happened, but like I find myself like working through the time that I would have my snack and then just being like, oh well, it's 6, we're gonna have dinner in an hour, so why bother? But today I actually got pretty hungry, so I'm very excited for this. Okay, so today has been a day. I've been working my ass off getting ready for Vlogmas as well as editing this video. I went to go cook dinner and I was supposed to be making like ground turkey bolognese like in zucchini boats, and the ground turkey is still rock solid. It's like 7 o'clock. I have to finish this video and get it up tonight for tomorrow morning. I cannot be bothered to try to figure out something else. So we decided we're gonna order food. And I guess that goes along with this whole, like, I feel like a lot of people, if they had like a cheat day on the weekend or whole cheat weekend, the last thing that they would be doing on the Monday after that is ordering takeout. But like I said, there are no food rules here and I don't feel guilty whatsoever. So today we are having sushi. That's gonna be here in about 40 minutes or so. And oh my god, the craziest thing ever happened. I was sitting and building the order. I'm so bummed we didn't have a coupon code anymore. And I kid you not, that exact second I got a text on my phone for a 30% off offer. That was the universe telling me I was doing the right thing. That's what I'm just gonna go with. So yeah, we ended up getting sushi. I will show you that when it gets here. I don't know, I like sushi because it just like, it feels a little bit lighter. I know there's definitely ways to go overboard on sushi in ways that make it not as light, but I don't know, it just kind of feels fresh with like the like cucumber and nori and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll show you that once it gets here. Sushi is here. So we got like torched butterfish, regular butterfish. I got some miso soup, some edamame, gyoza, some spicy tuna roll, sorry the glare, cucumber roll, another like torched roll, California roll, salmon avocado, and a spicy crispy roll. All right, so I think that that is it for today. We just had the sushi. We only ate about half of it. I filled myself up on like miso soup and edamame. We're just gonna save the other half for another time. But it is like almost 9 o'clock now. I usually like to have bone broth around like 10 o'clock. Usually we'll do bone broth with some turmeric and ginger and black pepper. I really like bone broth because I feel like it's just like such a cozy way to end the night, and it really curbs any cravings that I might have throughout the night. I definitely am the type of person who likes to eat every couple of hours, so me finishing dinner around 8 and not eating until the next morning just is not realistic for me. So I will have the bone broth. That'll fill me up a little bit. I usually like to put a scoop of collagen, the Vital Proteins collagen. Just doing everything I can right now to try to help heal my gut. And I might also have some popcorn because I still have like room left for it, but I'll just kind of gauge my hunger and see if that's what I'm in the mood for or not. If I don't feel like eating, I won't eat. I really hope that today's video kind of just showed you that if you have a weekend where you feel like you kind of just like went off the rails, just wanted to say that you don't have to do anything other than just keep going. Get back to it the very next day, the very next meal if you want to. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. But yeah, so that is it for today. A very realistic what I would eat after a weekend of full-on takeout. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to give it a like and make sure you subscribe. That will really help to get my video out to a bigger audience so that I can help more people, because like I said, I do think this is something that's really, really important for everybody to know. And yeah, that is it for today. So thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.